Paolo Cesare Maldini is a former Italian professional footballer who played as a left-back and central defender for A.C.Milan and the Italy national team. He spent all 25 seasons of his career in the Serie A with Milan, before retiring at the age of 41 in 2009. He won 26 trophies with Milan, the Champions League 5 times, 7 Serie A titles, 1 Coppa Italia, 5 Supercoppa Italiana titles, 5 European Super Cups, 2 Intercontinental Cups, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup. He made his debut for Italy in 1988 before retiring in 2002 with 126 caps, a record which was only bettered by Fabio Cannavaro in 2009, and Gianluigi Buffon in 2013. Maldini captained Italy for 8 years, and held the record for appearances made as Italy's captain, wearing the armband 74 times, until he was once again overtaken by Cannavaro in 2010. With Italy, Maldini took part in 3 European Championships, and 4 World Cups. Although he did not win a tournament with Italy, he reached the final of the 1994 World Cup and Euro 2000, and the semi-final of the 1990 World Cup and Euro 1988. He was elected into the all-star teams for each of these tournaments, in addition to Euro 1996. Maldini is regarded as one of the greatest defenders of all time. He played at a world-class level for his entire career spanning 2.5 decades, and won the Best Defender trophy at the UEFA Club Football Awards at the age of 39, as well as the Serie A Defender of the Year award in 2004. He came second to George Weah for the FIFA World Player of the Year award in 1995. Maldini also placed third in the Ballon d'Or on 2 occasions, in 1994 and 2003. In 1999, he was voted 21st in World Soccer's list of the 100 greatest football players of the 20th century. In 2002, he was chosen as a defender on the FIFA World Cup Dream Team, and in 2004 he was named in the FIFA 100 list of the world's greatest living players. Maldini was also the Milan and Italy captain for many years and was considered a leader by fellow footballers, leading to the nickname Il Capitano. Maldini holds the records for most appearances in Serie A, with 647, and in UEFA club competitions, with 174. He is also the record appearance holder for Milan, with 902 appearances in all competitions. Following his retirement after the 2008-09 season, his lifelong club, Milan, retired his number 3 shirt in his honor, and in December 2012, he was inducted into the Italian Football Hall of Fame. Paolo's father Cesare formerly played for and captained Milan, and was a successful national U21 manager, who also coached both Milan and the senior national side. As of 2015, Maldini is the co-owner of NASL club Miami FC. Club career, 1985 to 1987. Milan debut and early career. Originally a Milan youth squad product, Maldini also went on to play his entire club career with the Milan senior side. Maldini won the Coppa Italia Primavera with the Milan youth side during the 1984-85 season, and he would make his league debut for Milan under Nils Lidholm during the same season on the 20th of January 1985, replacing the injured Sergio Battistini in a match against Udinese at the age of 16. It was his only league appearance of the campaign. but he was immediately made a member of the starting 11 the following season, at the age of 17, at right back, being handed the number 3 shirt. He was later switched to his more iconic position of left back due to his ability with his left foot. Maldini scored the first of his 29 goals in Serie A on the 4th of January 1987 in a 1-0 win against Como. 1987–1991, domestic and international success with the Immortals. The 1987–88 Scudetto under Arrigo Sacchi marked in Maldini's first trophy, and the first of 7 league titles with the club. Nicknamed the Immortals, Sacchi's Milan side is remembered for including the Dutch trio of Frank Rijkaard, Ruud Gullit and Marco van Basten, as well as the Italian midfielders Carlo Ancelotti, Roberto Donadoni, and a strong defensive lineup under Arrigo Sacchi, and later Fabio Capello. Maldini formed with long-timers Franco Baresi, Alessandro Costacurta, Mauro Tassotti, as well as Filippo Galli, Stefano Nava, and later Christian Panucci, one of football's strongest defensive quartets of all time. During the 1987–88 Serie A season, Milan only conceded 14 goals, finishing with the best defense in Italy as they went on to win the Serie A title. Following Baresi's retirement, he would also form a formidable and successful partnership with Alessandro Nesta. Maldini went on to win the 1988 Supercoppa Italiana with Milan the following season, and followed up this trophy with back-to-back European Cup titles in 1988–89 and 1989–90, while Milan finished in third and in second place in Serie A during those respective seasons. To this day, Milan are the last team to have successfully defended the European Cup trophy. Milan reached the final of the 1989–90 Coppa Italia, losing out to Juventus. Milan also managed to capture successive European Super Cup titles in 1989 and 1990, as well as successive Intercontinental Cup titles, once again 1989 and 1990. The following season, in what would be Sacchi's final season with the club, Milan were eliminated in the quarter-finals of the European Cup by eventual finalists Olympique Marseille, and finished second in Serie A, behind Sampdoria, once again with the best defense in the league, conceding only 19 goals. Milan reached the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia, losing out to eventual champions Roma. In 1989, Maldini was awarded the Bravo Award as the best under-23 player in European competitions. 1991–1996, continued success with the Invincibles. Under Sacchi's replacement, Fabio Capello, Milan would continue to be a dominant force in Italy and in Europe. Maldini was also part of Milan's undefeated Serie A team, which won the championship in the 1991–92 season. In total, Milan went unbeaten for an Italian record of 58 league matches, earning the nickname the Invincibles. This championship would be Milan's first of 3 consecutive Serie A titles under Capello in the early 90s. Maldini helped Milan defend the Serie A title the following season, and reach the first of 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League finals. Milan would lose the 1993 Champions League final in a 1-0 defeat to Olympique de Marseille. That season, Maldini scored his first goal in European competitions on the 21st of October 1992, in a 1-0 Champions League win against Slovan Bratislava. The following season, Milan captured the 3rd consecutive Serie A title, finishing with the best defense in Italy, conceding just 15 goals. Maldini also helped lead Milan to a 2nd consecutive Champions League League final, where he helped his team defeat Barcelona. Due to Costa Curta's suspension, and injuries sustained to Berzi, Papin and Van Basten, Barcelona's dream team, coached by Johan Cruyff, were heavy favourites to win the trophy, with the formidable attacking duo of Romario and Stoichkov. Despite their key absences, Maldini helped the Milan defence keep a clean sheet and overcome Barcelona 4-0 in the final, with 2 goals from Massaro, and 1 each from Savicevic and Desailly. After winning his 3rd Champions League and reaching the 1994 World Cup final, Maldini became the first defender ever to win World Soccer Magazine's annual World Player of the Year award. During his acceptance speech, Maldini called his milestone a particular matter of pride because defenders generally receive so much less attention from fans and the media than goal scorers. We are more in the engine room rather than taking the glory. He then singled out Milan captain Franco Berzi as a player who rarely to receive the sort of award I have received. Maldini also placed 3rd in the 1994 Ballon d'Or behind Stoichkov and Baggio, and 5th in the FIFA World Player of the Year award. The following season, Milan and Maldini captured the 3rd consecutive Supercoppa Italiana under Capello, and won the UEFA Super Cup, missing out on the Intercontinental Cup. After 3 consecutive titles, Milan were unable to retain the Serie A title, although they reached the 3rd consecutive Champions League final, where they were defeated 1-0 by Ajax. Maldini came 2nd behind future teammate George Weah in the 1995 FIFA World Player of the Year award for his performances. Maldini was able to capture his 5th Serie A title, and his 4th under Capello, the following season, 1996-2001, assuming the captaincy, struggles, and 1999 Serie A title. Following Capello's departure, and the aging and retirement of several key players, Milan suffered disappointing results during the next few seasons. Undergoing several managerial changes, Milan lost the Supercoppa Italiana final to Fiorentina in 1996, and failed to qualify for European competitions for 2 consecutive seasons, as well as suffering a group stage elimination in the 1996-97 UEFA Champions League. Following Baresi's and Tasti's retirement after the 1996-97 season, Maldini was appointed Milan's captain. Despite the difficulties Milan encountered during this period, through Maldini's leadership, they reached the Coppa Italia final in 1998, losing to Lazio, and won the 1998-99 Serie A title under Zaccheroni, finishing 1 point ahead of Lazio. In the 1999-2000 season, Milan lost the Supercoppa Italiana against Parma, finished 3rd in Serie A, and finished bottom of their Champions League group. Milan would be eliminated in the 2nd round of the Champions League the next season and would finish in 6th place in Serie A, failing to qualify for the Champions League, and would participate in the UEFA Cup the following season, 2001-2007. New era of success. Milan again became a dominant force in Italy and in Europe under Carlo Ancelotti. In the 2001-02 season, Milan finished in 4th place, qualifying for the UEFA Champions League, and also reached the best ever finish in the UEFA Cup, losing in the semi-finals. In 2002, Maldini was awarded the Premio Nazionale Carriera Esemplare Gaetano Scirea for his career achievements and personality. The following season, Maldini lined up with Alessandro Nesta, Alessandro Costacurta and Cafu, who, along with Jaap Stam during the 2004-05 season, would form a formidable defensive line-up in Italy and in Europe. Milan finished 3rd in Serie A, but Maldini won the first Coppa Italia of his career, defeating Roma in the final. Milan won the 2002-03 UEFA Champions League with Maldini as the captain for the first time in his career, in the first all-Italian final, against Juventus on the 28th of May 2003 at Old Trafford. Maldini helped Milan keep a clean sheet, as they defeated Juventus 3-2 on penalties after a 0-0 deadlock following extra time. On that day, it was exactly 40 years since his father Cesare had also lifted the European Cup trophy as Milan's captain. Also in England, he and his father are only one of 3 other father-son pairs to have also done so, the others being Manuel Sanchez Martinez and Manuel Sanchez Pontiuelo of Real Madrid, and Carlos and Sergio Busquets of Barcelona. Maldini was elected man of the match, and was named in the UEFA Team of the Year for the first time in his career. The following season, Milan were defeated by Juventus on penalties in the Supercoppa Italiana, and in the Intercontinental Cup final by Boca Juniors, once again on penalties, but managed to defeat Porto to capture yet another UEFA Super Cup. Maldini placed third in the 2003 Ballon d'Or for the second time in his career. Maldini would go on to captain Milan to win the Serie A title that season with a record 82 points, whilst Milan would be eliminated in the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia by Lazio, and in the quarter-finals of the Champions League by Deportivo. In April 2004, Maldini placed 10th on the UEFA Golden Jubilee poll, an online UEFA survey, which was organized to commemorate the best European footballers of the past 50 years. Maldini was the second highest placed Italian after Dino Zoff. Maldini was also included in the FIFA 100 list in 2004, which was a selection of the 125 greatest living footballers, chosen by Pelé. Following his league-winning performances, Maldini was elected to be the Serie A Defender of the Year in 2004 at the Italian Footballing Awards. Maldini began the next season by lifting the 2004 Italian Super Cup as captain after defeating Lazio. Milan would finish second in Serie A to Juventus that season, and would go on to reach the Champions League final, only to lose out on penalties, although he would open the scoring in the first minute. In 2005, Maldini was elected to be a part of the UEFA Team of the Year from the second time in his career, and was also elected to be the part of the FIFA Pro World Cup for the first time in his career. The following season, Milan finished second behind Juventus in Serie A once again, and reached the Champions League semi-finals, only to be defeated by eventual champions Barcelona. Both Juventus and Milan were later deducted points for being involved in the 2006 Calciopoli match-fixing scandal, and the title was awarded to Inter, whilst Juventus were relegated, with Milan finishing in third place after the point deduction. During the season, Maldini scored his first and only double of his career against Regina. On the 25th of September 2005, Maldini broke Dino Zoff's Serie A appearance record after playing his 571st league match against Treviso 7 days earlier. He had played his 800th game in all competitions for Milan. The following season, Maldini helped to captain Milan to a fourth-place finish despite the point deduction, leading them to obtain a crucial Champions League qualifying spot. Maldini played his 600th Serie A match on the 13th of May 2007 in a 1-1 draw at Catania. That season, Maldini captained Milan to the third Champions League final in 6 years, leading them to a 2-1 victory over Liverpool in the final on the 23rd of May 2007 in Athens, avenging the defeat from 2005. At the age of 37, Maldini became the oldest captain to lift the UEFA Champions League trophy. Maldini participated in 8 UEFA Champions League finals during his career, which is equalled only by Francisco Gento of Real Madrid. Maldini lifted the trophy 5 times, twice as captain. In an interview with the ESPN prior to the 2007 final, Maldini labeled the 2005 Champions League final the worst moment of his career, a match where he scored the fastest ever goal in a European Cup final after 51 seconds and became the oldest player ever to score in a final. Milan lost on penalties to Liverpool after leading 3-0 at half-time. Maldini was elected the UEFA Club Defender of the Year for his 2007 performances. In 2007, after winning the UEFA Super Cup against Sevilla and becoming the first European captain to lift the FIFA Club World Cup, after defeating Boca Juniors on the 16th of December, Maldini announced his plans to retire at the end of the 2007-08 season, saying that he would slow with no regrets. Quote, however, following Milan's elimination from the Champions League by Arsenal in March, Maldini stated that he would possibly delay his retirement for at least a further year. He signed an extension on the 6th of June that kept him at Milan for the 2008-09 season. 2008-2009 final years and retirement. On the 16th of February 2008, in the match against Parma at the Tardini Stadium, Maldini came on for Jankulovski, making his 1000th professional career appearance, of which 861 were with Milan, 12 with the Italian under-21 side, 1 with the Italian Olympic team, and 126 with the Italian senior team. In European football, only the English goalkeeper Peter Shilton had collected more appearances, 1,390 between 1966 and 1997. Maldini played his last game in the Champions League on the 4th of March 2008, a 2-0 loss at the San Siro in the last 16 against Arsenal that eliminated Milan from the 2007-08 Champions League. In 2008, Maldini was awarded the FIFA Order of Merit, as well as the Premio Internazionale Giacinto Facchetti, which is awarded to a player who has demonstrated both skill and fair play throughout his career. On the 18th of April 2009, Maldini announced that he would be retiring at the end of the 2008-09 season. On the 17th of May 2009, in the Friuli Stadium, Maldini played his 900th official match for Milan in a league game against Udinese. Maldini's last match in San Siro was on the 24th of May, a 3-2 loss against Roma, and was given a standing ovation by the fans. There was a small controversy, however, when the Milan Ultras fans known as Brigate Rossonere protested against Maldini as he said goodbye. His last appearance for Milan, and his last game as an active player, was a 2-0 win against Fiorentina on the 31st of May 2009 in the last match of the season. This win meant Milan finished in 3rd place and qualified for the following season's Champions League. Maldini was once again given a standing ovation by the fans, as they had previously done with Baresi's number 6 shirt. Milan retired Maldini's number 3 shirt, but stated that it will be bequeathed to one of his sons if one of them were to make the club's senior team. On the 28th of August 2009 in Monte Carlo, Paolo Maldini was awarded a prize prize for his career by UEFA during the draw for the group stage of the 2009-10 Champions League. On 17 November 2009, the Spanish sports newspaper Marca awarded Maldini the Marca Linda Prize for his career and achievements. International career. Early career in 1990 World Cup. In 1986, Maldini was called up by his father Cesare to the Italian U21 team, where he earned 12 caps and scored 5 goals in 2 years. Maldini and the under-21 team finished runners-up to Spain in the 1986 UEFA European Under-21 Championship. 2 years later, the under-21 team were eliminated in the first round against eventual winners France in the 1988 UEFA European Under-21 Championship. He made his senior debut for the Azzurri at the age of 19 on 31 March 1988, in a 1-1 friendly draw against Yugoslavia in Split, and made one appearance for the Italy Olympic squad in 1987, although he was not part of the team that finished in 4th place at the 1988 Olympics. Maldini featured in all 4 of Italy's games at Euro 1988, where they reached the semi-finals, losing to the Soviet Union. Maldini participated in his first World Cup in 1990 on home soil, appearing in all 7 Italy matches. Maldini helped Italy to win 5 consecutive games, and was a starting member of the defense that kept a World Cup record of 5 consecutive clean sheets. The Italian defense eventually conceded an equalizing goal in the semi-final match against Maradona's Argentina, after going a World Cup record total of 518 minutes without conceding. Following 2 periods of extra time, in which neither team was able to score, Italy lost out to Argentina on penalties. Italy eventually placed 3rd, after defeating England 2-1 in the 3rd-4th place final match, capturing the bronze medal, and finishing the tournament with the best defense, having conceded 2 goals throughout the entire World Cup. Maldini was elected to be part of the team of the tournament. 1994 World Cup final and appointment to captaincy. Maldini's first international goal came in his 44th career match in a 2-0 friendly win over Mexico in Florence, on the 20th of January 1993. Maldini was part of the Italy squad that participated in the 1992 U.S. Cup, finishing in 2nd place in the friendly tournament, behind the host nation. Italy failed to qualify for Euro 1992, finishing 2nd in the group, but qualified for the 1994 World Cup, where Maldini was named vice-captain for Italy. During the 1994 World Cup, Maldini played in all 7 of Italy's matches, and deputized for the injured Franco Baresi in the matches against Mexico, Nigeria, Spain and Bulgaria, keeping a clean sheet in the group match against Norway. Maldini led the Italian defense to the final, playing both as a centre-back and as a full-back. Due to the absences of his Milan and Italy defensive teammates Baresi due to injury, Tassotti due to suspension after the quarter-finals, and Costacurta, who was suspended for the final, Maldini helped Italy keep a clean sheet in the final against favourites Brazil, as the team eventually lost on penalties. As in 1990, Maldini was named in the team of the tournament, 32 years after his father received the same honour at the 1962 World Cup. After Baresi's international retirement in 1994, Maldini was appointed the team's full-time captain. A disappointing Euro 1996 campaign would see Italy eliminated in the group stage with 4 points, in a group which contained the 2 eventual finalists of the tournament, Germany and the Czech Republic. Maldini played in all 3 of Italy's group matches. The 1998 World Cup in France would see Italy start strongly, topping the group. Maldini played in all 5 of Italy's matches, and started the play that led to Vieri's opening goal in Italy's first match against Chile, which ended in a 2-2 draw. Maldini, partnering with Costa Curta, Cannavaro, Nesta and Bergomi, would also help Italy to keep clean sheets in the second group match against Cameroon, the round of 16 match Norway, and France in the quarter-finals, but Italy would eventually go out of the tournament to the hosts and eventual champions on penalties, for the 3rd consecutive time in a World Cup. Euro 2000 final and 4th World Cup. Italy reached the final of Euro 2000, but lost once again to defending World Cup champions France in extra time. Maldini played in all 6 of Italy's matches during the tournament. Italy topped the group, winning every match, and Maldini, starting alongside Cannavaro and Nesta, helped the Italian defense to concede only 2 goals en route to the final, keeping clean sheets against co-hosts Belgium in the group stage, Romania in the quarter-finals, and co-hosts the Netherlands in the semi-finals. A 10-man Italy advanced to the final on penalties after a 0-0 draw with the Dutch following extra time. Although Maldini missed his penalty, Italy won the shootout 3-1. Italy were leading 1-0 in the final until Wiltord equalized in the final minute of stoppage time. Trezeguet scored the golden goal in the 103rd minute, in extra time. In all of the 3 European Championships in which Maldini participated, he was elected to be part of the team of the tournament for his performances. Maldini played in his 4th World Cup, and his 2nd as captain in the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan. He helped Italy keep a clean sheet in their opening win against Ecuador, and played in all 4 of Italy's matches. Italy disappointed in the remaining group matches, but went on to the knockout round as the second-placed team of the group. Immediately after a 10-man Italy were controversially eliminated in the round of 16, by a golden goal, to co-host South Korea. Maldini retired from international football at the age of 34. As Italy's most capped player, he scored 7 international goals, all coming in home games. He spent over half of his 16 years as an international as team captain, wearing the armband a record 74 times, until he was overtaken by Cannavaro. Despite his performances for his country, Maldini was unable to win a trophy, although he reached the final of both the World Cup and the European Championship. Maldini made 23 appearances in World Cups, the second highest total after Lothar Matthaus, who appeared in 25 matches. Maldini holds the record for most minutes played in World Cup matches with 2,216 minutes played. In February 2009, Italian head coach Marcello Lippi declared his support for a testimonial match for Maldini, stating that it would give him a chance to play for the Azzurri for a final time. Italian Football Federation offered him a place in the lineup in a friendly match against Northern Ireland. However, Maldini rejected the offer, saying that he wanted to part with football in an official match.